Welcome back. Thank you for being with us up to this point. So, we're looking at the 11th topic, the future of business law, as we begin to call it a wrap. As you might have noticed, businesses are beginning to streamline their expenses and adopting different cost cutting measures to stay profitable. It is no longer news that jobs will be lost to robots and that current AI disruption that is flushing out unskilled labor is now coming for highly skilled ones like the medical practice, the law practice, and some other kind of fields that we wouldn't have expected that IT is coming for. For instance, most entrepreneurs do not consult lawyers to prepare basic contract documents for them anymore. They just go on Google and download a template which they might tweak to meet their need. So guess what? That wouldn't make it less admissible as evidence in court. The court will still admit it, but there's no rule in court that says your agreements must be prepared by a lawyer. The court also are relaxing their rules and procedures as well as betting innovation in the way trials are conducted. Just recently I had, is it in Indonesia or somewhere, that lawyers were called to the bar via Zoom. So if lawyers could be called to bar via Zoom and some other things are happening electronically, it tells you what the future of the law is. For instance, recall that in Borno State's High Court of Nigeria, case number 13 has blazed the trial of recording. They are the first in Nigeria, and they are first recorded court to hold virtual trial session in Nigeria, and that was on the 27th of April 2020. That was in a case where the presiding judge, Honorable Justice Fadawu Umaru, discharged and acquitted the accused in a case of the state versus Aliu. And the accused was discharged of culpable homicide punishable with death. It's interesting to note that the first electronic case in Nigeria was that of a discharge of the accused. Interesting. But this may translate to an attorney getting a major slash on his appearance fee and the client saving some more money. Because if the attorney does not have to travel from Lagos to Ogun State to appear and represent you and just have to log in online, then that saves you costs of appearance fee, travel allowance, and all that the attorney may bring for you. So for me, the future of business law is exciting, but what could be exciting for some people may be job loss for others. Why am I saying this? It's for you to be abreast with the trends. For instance, if you're a lawyer, to get yourself abreast with technology, because some people more advanced and more abreast with technology may be taking these jobs. I even foresee a future where lawyers can work across jurisdictions without being called to the bar of those jurisdictions. Because as the world is getting together and towards becoming one global village, some restrictions regarding to trade and practice may now be put away and jettisoned for more collaborative processes and more integrating processes. So imagine a situation where a lawyer, a corporate commercial lawyer in America, is venturing into the pie of corporate commercial lawyers in Nigeria, taking their briefs because he has more technical backup and more technical infrastructure to undertake such projects. Those are the times we are coming to. I foresee with growing unlimited access to legal texts online and courts, relaxing the technicalities associated with trials, may begin to research their clients may begin to research their matters and defend their suits in e-courts by themselves. So I foresee a situation where clients will say, what is the situation here? This is the matter I have at hand. I can defend myself. And they go online, research issues like this, research precedents as in previous cases on the related issues, read up what the law provides, and make appearance for themselves. Yes, the courts, remember what they tell you when people are arrested, is that you have a right to a counsel. But what they fail to tell you is that you also have a right to defend yourself by yourself. So a future where knowledge is increasing and people can access info or data at the tip of their finger clients may end up defending themselves in court, meaning job loss for lawyers as well. Bear that in mind. And yes, it may look as if it's bad news for the lawyers, but it could be good news for the clients because they'll be saving money, they'll be saving costs because they can do some things by themselves. For instance, in the Corporate Affairs Commission, that's CAC, they've relaxed some of their procedures, accommodating anyone to register their business names without recourse to the services of a lawyer. Yes, as an entrepreneur, you can proceed to the Corporate Affairs Commission and register your business name by yourself. You don't need a lawyer to do that for you, contrary to what it was before. However, it's always good to run your final decisions by a lawyer to make sure that you're well protected and to avert risks. It's gradually becoming a do-it-yourself age, as what a lawyer can do, you can do better. In the future, it seems to me, the more abreast you are with laws and where to find them, the leaner your legal budgets may shrink. So if you want to reduce your legal budgets, get more abreast with what's happening in the legal field, don't be intimidated by the legalese that we lawyers speak. Get abreast more with what's happening, and you find that there are some things you can do for yourself to save more time and to even learn more. As we know, no knowledge is a waste. So with that, I would like you to understand that we have come to the end of our time together. And I hope you had a fantastic time and you have received immense value for it. At this point, you should have a basic understanding of business law and how it affects you and your business. There is more to business law than what we have discussed above. Should you have further questions and would like to learn more, feel free to reach me on my email address provided below. I'll be looking out for your emails, and I'll be more than excited to help and provide you with answers to the best of my knowledge and capacity. But always remember that the law is ever evolving, the law is ever metamorphosing. With that, bear in mind that what could be law today could be expunged tomorrow and jettisoned for another new law. So what does that tell you? That you should keep abreast with the ever evolving trends in law and law practice. So I thank you very much for spending time with us here in Techidia Institute. Thank you for taking our time to undertake this mini-MBA in business and commercial law. It's always a thing of pleasure to support, students and clients curious to learn more about the law. And there are lots of texts that you can, grab and read and learn more about the law. And interestingly, you may be wondering, what text should I read? What should I read? There are many of them. Start with looking at the constitution of your own jurisdiction. For instance, if you're in Nigeria, look at 1999 Constitution. Get abreast with it. Also look at entertainments that are legally inclined. There is a series on Netflix called Suits. It has to do with what lawyers do, the law practice, the corporate commercial lawyers, what they do. It may not be totally all encompassing, but it gives you an idea how lawyers think, how clients think, and how lawyers approach clients' briefs. By briefs, I mean businesses and projects entrusted to them. But what you should be looking at mostly is not just a lawyer, but a project lawyer, a lawyer who can deliver on tasks within the provided time, quality, and budget. Because we can't talk about business without talking about cutting costs and maximizing profit. So you need a lawyer that is flexible, a lawyer that can easily, deliver on your expectations without making you to rob the bank, if you know what I mean. So, having said that, you should just take out time to reanalyze your legal arsenal, reanalyze your legal team, reanalyze your legal strategy, and find ways of making it all encompassing. Like I always say, that some of these things that your lawyers do for you, you can do for yourself. And by the time you run it by your lawyer over a period of time, you could have attained mastery and can begin to do some basic things for yourself. However, these lawyers did not spend 5 to 7 years in training in vain. So there are things, their eyes are trained to spot out some risks, some flaws, some exceptions that ordinarily you wouldn't have been able to spot out by yourself. So it's always good to run things finally by a lawyer. But for training purposes, just try to put your hands to some things and get yourself acquainted with them. Yes, in as much as I said that you can handle your case by yourself in court, which is very true. You must not use a lawyer, which is very true. However, you do not have the right to represent another person. It's only lawyers that are authorized to represent people in court. You can only represent yourself, but not others. And the reason is because of what we call locus. Locus, you have to have a locus in a case. That means you have to have what we call locus standi. You have to have an interest in a matter. It must be your business. Because the law does not entertain a meddlesome interloper. You must have locus in what you are intending or interested in bringing before the court. Yes, though you cannot represent others in matters, but that does not mean if you people are in a class, if you're a class of people that are affected by the same kind of situation, and seeking the same kind of remedy, you guys can come under what we call a common class and bring what we call a class action. Class actions usually occurs when people affected by the same kind of injury and seeking the same kind of remedy are together and pressing the court for a collective award of judgment, to ameliorate their current situation. The law is interesting, lots of things to learn, and with limited time, there is so little we can do. But like I said, what we've done is to start you up and keep you going. However, it is not guaranteed to lead you to the final destination. Like I said in the beginning, do not lean on any of the slides or any of the information you've gotten today to make a specific decision, because whatever you've gotten from here today is general and non-specific. By that, I'm trying to say, should you want a proper legal advisory service, you should recourse to a lawyer, especially a corporate commercial lawyer in your own jurisdiction or anywhere around that you can source them from. Send them an email, talk to them, and they'll be able to provide you with up-to-date legal advisory services and carry along with the evolving trends in that area of need. Having said that, it's time to finally wind up here and tell you that I look forward to seeing you again, hopefully in the next Techidia Mini-MBA model, where we will be looking at in-depth issues of law regarding the business. For instance, we've talked about entity formation, but we've not talked about entity winding up. It's not just easy to form a company. You must have an exit strategy. Because the Holy Book made us understand whatever has a beginning should have an end. Yes, you may be interested in having continuous succession in the company, which is very wonderful. There should be a strategy for that as well. So we're talking about exit strategy, for instance. We're talking about winding up. What are the things that can be put in place before you wind up a company? Or are there situations where the court can instruct that a company be wound up? These are things we'll be exploring in the next season of Techidia MBA. Talking about winding up, talking about lifting the veil. Yes, a corporate entity is a different entity and is liable for their actions or inactions. But there are times that the court will say, let's lift up the veil and see those promoters and see those directors that work for this company and hold them liable instead of the company. That is possible. I'm talking about doctrine of lifting the veil. Talking about shares allotment, you're talking about mergers and acquisition. All these things we'll see in the next season. But till then, thank you for choosing Techidia Institute. Thank you and bye.